He is equally the whole, the ideal whole, the subjective existence of society as thought and experienced. He exists in reality as a representation in the real mind of social existence, and as the sum of human manifestations of life. Early life. Karl Marx was born in Trier in the German Rhineland in the Kingdom of Prussia on May 5, 1818. His family was Jewish but then converted to Christianity. Because of the Prussia anti-Jewish laws, Karl's father, Herschel Marx, was the first to receive secular education in his family. He started practicing law and had to convert to Christianity. There was an anti-Jewish law that banned all Jews from taking the bar. Therefore, in order for Karl Marx's dad to continue his career as a lawyer, he and his family had to convert. Karl attended a Lutheran elementary school, but later became an atheist and materialist. Marx said, "Religion is the opium of the people." Education. October 1835, Marx enrolled in Bonn University in Bonn, Germany, where he studied law. His father wanted him to become a lawyer. Marx was interested more in philosophy and literature. He stayed in Bonn University, but did very little studying, and his father removed him from the school. After Marx left Bonn, he enrolled at the University of Berlin. He joined a group that challenged existing institution ideas, such as religion, philosophy, ethics, and politics. He enjoyed studying and being a part of this circle. When he was in Berlin, he studied the philosophy of G.W.F. Hegel, which he stated, "The only way to understand things is by seeing them as an irresistible march of freedom, truth, and reason." Marx completed his studies with a doctoral degree in March 1841. What marks his interest? Karl Marx had an image of the world being a very humble place, one without a classless society. He has provided millions of people with hope and a different view on life. Marx had an interest in with things such as mode of production, philosophical economics, and labor. Here are some theories of what he was most famous for. Labor theory of value. Class struggle, also known as Communist Manifesto. Socio-political theory, also known as Marxism. Labor theory of value. Labor theory of value states that the value of commodity is determined by the amount of labor that went into producing it. Economic exchange. They have an exchange value, the value in relation to other commodities on the market, which is measured in terms of money. He asserts this to determine the worth of extreme commodities with different uses, such as values, surplus value, exchange value, or monetary value. What do they all have in common? Product of labor. The product of labor, the value of commodity in a market, represents the amount of labor that went into its production. Why is it important? People produce commodities and sell them so they can buy more things they need or want. Money is the medium that allows for this transaction to take place. Capitalists are motivated by the money that comes in more than the commodities. Capitalists take advantage of the power they have with the business. They set wages and working hours to extract the greatest amount of labor that's put in at the lowest possible cost, selling the product at the highest cost than what the capitalist actually paid for them. Instead of selling the product at the true exchange value, they determine the price by the labor that went into making the product. They end up taking a surplus value from their workers. Class struggle. According to Marx, Class is the manifestation of economic differentiation. Classes are hence the groups of people identified and distinguished from each other on the basis of their relations to the economic means of production. Economic means of production refers to the economic infrastructure that few people own as against many. Few people are capitalists and many are laborers. Economic infrastructure refers to all those land, machinery, tools, technology, and the skills that assist the process of production. In the third volume of his book, Work Capital 1894, he talks about how society has labeled three classes. First, simple labor power, which is laborers whose main source of income is labor. Second, owners of capital or capitalists, which their main source is profit or surplus value. And lastly, landowners, which their main source of income is ground rent. The Communist Manifesto. The Communist Manifesto is the most widely taught text in sociology. On February 21st, 1848, written by Karl Marx and the assistance of Friedrich Engels. Marx had achieved a powerful synthesis of ideas, though his materialistic conception of history. The Communist Manifesto are theories concerning the nature of society and politics, that, in their own words, the history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. The authors called for forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions, which served as the justification for all communist revolutions around the world. Which brings us to socio-political theory, Marxism. It's a socio-economic analysis that views class relations in social conflict using a materialist interpretation of historical development and takes a dialectical view of social transformation. Marxism theory came from the Communist Manifesto. Eventually, Marx said, as all economic inequalities are corrected, the need for government will disappear and all people will be truly equal. Government, laws, police, etc. will all vanish as there will no longer be any need for them. Marxism analyzes the material conditions and the economic activities required to fulfill human material needs to explain social phenomena within any given society, including social relations, political institutions, legal system, cultural system, aesthetics, and ideologies. The strength and weaknesses. Pros. Marx believes that there should be equal equality all around. Everyone has an equal stance and equal opportunity. This includes equal health care, equal education, and gender roles. There should never be exploitation by management. This is why a majority follow Marx. Everyone would be able to get the education and health care that they need, regardless of what they do. Cons. Marx was a materialist, an atheist, so all religion would just disappear. There will be no reward for working harder than someone else. Marx felt that the religion was being used to control people. So many businesses that provide opportunities for success and a sense of competition, now people won't want to push themselves. With Marx's theory, that won't be the case. Communism leads to dictatorship. It doesn't allow anyone to be an individual. And then the fall of the economy. Thank you for listening. The next two slides are my works cited.